This is how praying every day changed my life. Now, before we go into this video, I want to say this, okay? That this video has nothing to do with religion, but everything to do with my relationship with God. Now, you can ask me why isn't religion and relationship with God goes hand in hand? I'll tell you, for me, it doesn't actually. Because religion, to me, if you want me to define what religion is people who do everything by the book, right? And if someone doesn't do the same thing they're doing by the book, they tend to cast them out. They tend to see them as sinners or people who are rebellious, right? But I learned from my relationship with God that religion is not what gets you closer to God, but relationship is what gets you closer to God. Okay? Now, with that being said, here is my story. I was born and brought up in a Christian family, like both parents, good Christians. And they are not just practicing Christians, but they have a relationship with God. And I will say also they are religious people, okay? Because most of the time they also want to play by the book. And with that being said, it was hard growing up with my parents because my parents wanted us to know God and to live a certain lifestyle because that is the kind of church they go to. So they wanted us kids to also do what the church is asking us to do. And it was a little bit difficult, right? Now, along the line, most of us fell off. I was one of the people who fell off. And I'm like, I don't think God is this wicked to want us to do this or do that, right? And it actually made me fall out a little bit. But I still have this mindset because that was how I was brought up, to love God, to always, seek his face, to always pray to him if we're in trouble. And, a lot of Christians won't decide to box God and make God to be someone who they only go to when they're in trouble. And that was how I was living my life. It was only when I was in trouble that I tend to pray. I tend to want to, talk to him. But if life is going good and life is going well, then I don't want to talk to him, right? And I kept going like that. No relationship with God whatsoever. I don't even know where my Bible is. I have a Bible, but I don't read it. And I kept going like that. And 3 years back, I got to a point in my life where I got so miserable. Very, very miserable. I was like, let's say depressed. And I don't know why I was depressed because I was living in the prime of my life. Like I felt like, okay, because prior to that, I told myself if I can only start achieving my dreams, like my dream was to be an actress, right? And also, travel and do some things, right? Make money and all of that. And at that stage of my life, I was seeing that those things was actualizing. Like I got few gigs to be on movie set and I started making money and all of that. So I was thinking that was going to make me happy. It's going to give me a sense of fulfillment, but it never did. It gave me like an instant gratification. At that point, I felt a little bit good. Yeah, I'm achieving my dream and all of that. But that sense of fulfillment, that joy within was not there at all. And that was when I got to my breaking point. And I remembered how I came from, the church and everything. And my parents always tell us to pray to God, to seek the face of God. And this time around, I didn't want to do it by the book or the way my parents taught me or the way the pastors in church taught me. I wanted to do it my way. And I started to seek the face of God my way. Now, I came across this app, the U Bible app, and I decided to download it. And that app has helped me a lot. First of all, with the daily refresh. That's what I used to do my devotional every day. And also there is a plans. You can do plans like, 1 year Bible plan, 4 months Bible plan, any duration that you want, right? And I started with a 1 year Bible plan, and I started reading the Bible, started to understand the Bible. This time around, not just reading the Bible for just reading sake. I was reading with the understanding also. And I started telling myself, praying to God. Now this time around, I don't come to God to pray to him, with a mindset of, okay, I don't want to say something that would make God feel bad or get God angry. No, I pour out my heart to him. Because there's a verse of the Bible that I came across that said, when we come to God, we should come to him boldly. We should come to the throne of grace boldly so that we can obtain mercy and grace in time of need, right? And that was how I started coming to God. Before I don't. When I go to God, I look for the right words to say so that I don't say something that will make God angry with me or so. But after I started coming, if I feel bad, like if I have a bad day, my day didn't go well, I will just say it. I will blunt it out to him, and I will just say it. And I started saying that with my honesty, things started to change. My life started to change, Now I'm not coming with a memorized verse in my head to say things that will make him feel good with me or to see me as a saint or something. Now I come as I am. And I noticed that he honored that. He loved that, and that's how my life began to change. Now, how did my life begin to change? First of all, there is a sense of peace that came with that. Communicating with God every day, praying to him every day, seeking his face every day gave me a sense of peace and fulfillment. That even when things are not going well, even when things are not going good, I find peace. To me, God answers in 3 ways, right? First of all, he says yes, which means, you're praying in alignment to his will and he gives you that immediately. Or he says not yet, right? And not yet means wait, chill, relax. And then no means no, this is not for you. And whenever he says no, there is also a sense of peace that comes with that. I feel like, okay, God, you don't want me to have this. Good. Otherwise, before, when I pray and I don't receive an answer or I don't get a yes, I get so frustrated. I get so, I feel so bad. I feel so miserable. But when I started, praying with all honesty and with everything in me, okay, this is me, God. There is nothing to hide from him anyway, because he knows everything. He knows you, he knows me. So why am I coming to come and sugarcoat things? Why am I coming to be someone who I am not, right? Why am I coming to come and exalt myself in front of him when he knows me inside and out, right? Now that sense of peace always follows that, okay? Even when he says no, because even his no, there is blessings embedded in it. Okay, now another thing that changed my life is my prideful nature. Before I started my relationship with God, or before I started having my relationship with God, I used to have this kind of stubborn pride. I feel like, okay, you know what, there is no one like me on earth, and I'm a pretty girl, nobody can compare to my standards, okay, I'm the it girl, I've arrived. This, that, all those useless thinkings and all those things that will cloud our mind with, make us feel so prideful. All those things started to go little by little, little by little. And now I can tell you I'm at a point in my life that I don't feel any sense of pride. If there is any sense of pride in me, is that I feel, because I have God in my life. So of course, I will feel that pride in me that I have God in my life, but not because I own things or I have things that makes me feel prideful. Does that make sense? Okay. So now God clothes me with humility. So much humility that in the way I interact with people, in the way I do things, in the way I approach things, I approach them with humility. Because the Bible says when you humble yourself in the sight of God, he will exalt you in due time. So what my relationship with God is making me have right now is a humility. Okay. Now another thing that changed my life with praying every day is the sense of accomplishment. Okay. How do I mean by that? Before, when I started my relationship with God, I feel like until I achieve some certain level in life, that's when I'll be happy, right? That's when I'll feel fulfilled. That's when, okay, I've arrived. But I saw that those things are not what makes someone really have that joy, that inner joy. Yeah, yes, those things can give you the adrenaline rush, the happiness for just a specific period of time, but it doesn't give you real joy, And that was one thing that I started to experience. Like whether I have those things or I do not have those things, I feel so much joy within my soul. And when you have joy within your soul, it's so glaring that everybody will see it. People would think as if you have everything, that's why you are happy. But I will tell you the fact. There are people who have everything, but they don't have that sense of joy. But trust me, your relationship with God, if you start praying to Him every day, if you start communicating with Him every day, He gives you that joy that the world cannot give you 100%. Okay? Now, there are a lot of things that praying every day has done to me. I just said it, just mention a few. And if you want a part 2 of this video, just let me know. And definitely I would do a part 2. Okay? So, I just hope that this video spoke to you and this video has maybe opened your eye to see something, that you have not, seen before, or you have not really thought about before. Okay, I really do hope. And if it does, please do not forget to leave this video a thumbs up so that YouTube can push it to other people to see this video as well. And also leave your thoughts in the comment section below. Let me know what you think about this video. Alright, and don't forget to subscribe to my channel if you love my content. I would love to have you here. So thank you so much. I remain your girl MJ, and I will see you in my next video. Bye. Love you.